Treasurer Bill Yan, thank you for joining Stateline. The government this week announced its year ahead, announcing a new industry marine park for Darwin stretching over 240 hectares at East Arm. Why is this project a priority for the new year?
The marine park underpins what we're doing with the Shiplift. The Shiplift is probably the largest government project in the history of the Northern Territory, and it's about being able to develop that marine industry here in the north. We're a key part of the Indo-Pacific marine area. And by developing the infrastructure around the Shiplift, it's making sure that we get in that critical infrastructure and business to support what we're doing at the Shiplift.
The Territory Coordinator Stuart Knowles, a position created by your government to cut through red tape, exercised his powers for the first time in getting this marine project up and running. What was it exactly that he did to get things moving?
Well, what Stuart Knowles in the Territory Coordinator position does with this marine park is to be able to coordinate all those agencies together rather than each agency doing their own different things. So the Territory Coordinator has that unique ability to work across agencies to make sure that all those agencies are pulling in the same direction to make sure we achieve those outcomes we want for the Territory.
The government inherited eye-watering debt when it came to office. It's now expected to peak to $14 billion by 2028. You look at the books. How much interest daily are we paying for that level of debt?
Yeah, those interest figures, I don't have them with me at hand at the moment.
Roughly?
It's in the millions of dollars a day in interest that we're paying. But what I can say is...
Does that concern you?
Absolutely. The debt keeps me awake at night, and so it should. Particularly what's going through my mind is how can we be fiscally responsible with what we have. So I need to grow our economy. I need the private sector to work with the Territory Government to help grow our economy, because that growth will start to reduce that debt. Now, I wish I could reduce it overnight, but I can't. It's something that we have to chip away at, and we have to be fiscally responsible over a period of time.
ABS data shows that private investment has fallen for 3 consecutive quarters in a row. Is this a sign that the government isn't doing enough to drive the economy? We've
seen some of those investment numbers fall away off the back of the Santos Barossa project on that construction phase. And this is the thing, and we've seen this with Impex over the years and some of these other projects. These big projects, they happen. Now Santos is now going into production, so we see numbers drop away on some of those construction numbers because of that, and then we see other numbers pick up. Is the ongoing uncertainty surrounding the buyback of the Darwin port from a Chinese business scaring investors away, do you think? No, certainly I don't believe so. We've seen a contraction in private investment, but when you look at the forward numbers, I believe it's Deloitte's numbers going forward, we're looking at a 10.6% increase in our economic growth, followed by a 4.6% increase the following financial year. So the outlooks from those independent arbiters of our economy are certainly looking positive. Where are we at with the port's future? Have you been kept in the loop by the Albanese government, and do you have an update that you can share with us? I don't have anything really I can share with the public. I said I meet regularly with the Commonwealth around what's going on with the port. The Commonwealth are negotiating with Landbridge around, I said, that buyback and what that looks like. We're working closely with the Commonwealth to make sure that we support them with the information they need to do that. So we're hoping to see a decision soon, because we need certainty for the port at the end of the day. Treasurer, the wages of public service employees remain the Territory's largest expense. So far, job cuts haven't been on the government's horizon. Why is that? What we're making sure that we're doing with our public service is we're making sure that our frontline services, the people that are out there working every day to help drive our economy, to help business and to work for Territorians, they are our focus. What we're trying to do is look at back of house as to what areas we can then, I suppose I would say, streamline and maybe push, if there's funding available, push that into frontline services. Is there a reluctance to cut back on the public service because you don't want to affect your votes? Certainly not. We know the public sector has a very, very important role towards the growth of the Territory. I suppose, to give you an example, if I wanted to cut the debt and reduce what that debt is, I'd have to, at the end of the day, to put things into context, you would have to get rid of 4,000 public servants. Now, we got rid of 4,000 public servants to cut that $1 billion per year. I would cripple the Northern Territory. We would cripple the Northern Territory economy.
You're a great supporter of fishing in the Northern Territory, a fan of the sport yourself. Last year, before the first budget, you were out at the Barra Classic. Will the competition lure you back for budget number 2 this year?
I wish. I've been volunteering at the Barra Classic. Last year was 13 years. Unfortunately, the way that it's fallen for this year, the Game Fishing Club have changed the dates. And it falls right bang smack in the middle of the budget, so I can't get out and I can't help the Barra Classic this year. I'm really desperately disappointed about that because it's an event I've been supporting as a volunteer for 13 long years. I love it, great people, great event, and I won't be able to get down there and help them out this year, which is, for me, is pretty devastating.
Bill Yan, thank you for joining Stateline.
Absolute pleasure, Eleni.